Welcome to another week of the 8. There's 8 things we're going to talk about. There's 4 of us, but there's one very important message that we need to talk about. It's Sean's birthday this week, and this is actually reality. So on the count of 3, maybe a happy birthday.
There we go.
Happy birthday to... Nah, enough of that. This is the 8. So, Sean, what do you think about the 8?
That's what it's got 8.
I don't think that was English. Did you want to try that again?
No.
What Sean tried to do there is Sean's jokes are not that good. And last week, Megan and I almost said the S word, but we didn't need it because the 8 was so amazing.
You implied it.
Well, let me give you the microphone when you want to talk. Hold on. Let's try that again.
You implied it.
That's for you, our dog. Our dog said we don't talk into the mic.
I think we do.
Ta-da! Thanks for watching the 8. So anyway, so the joke that Sean just tried to make, and this is not brand buzz yet. Sean tried to say the 8, and then he tried to say what Scott ate. That wasn't very nice. And Scott likes chicken and burgers equally, which we'll talk about in a second. So let's go ahead and kick this off with the brand buzz. There it is. Scott, one of our stories from the brand buzz section, Shake Shack, has achieved rock star status in the burger world from Adweek. Do you want to comment on how a brand like that has created such noise? And they're a non-franchise, but it's created a lot of buzz for burger franchise brands.
Well, I think from the beginning, I think from the beginning they focused on quality ingredients and continuing as they expand, continue to stay focused on that, even focusing very strongly on the suppliers all the way up and continue to expand their menu. And they've just built a really loyal following.
That was pretty tough. Watch what we're going to do in the middle of the 8. Switch.
Have to lean.
You know, those arm reaches didn't work for brand buzz.
Marco Rubio drink of water moment.
Well, as we continue, that was blooper number 1 here on the 8, and now we've switched seats. We're playing some musical chairs, and I don't know what Scott just said, but Shake Shack is making some noise, and it's causing other burger brands to get excited about the burger category. Number 7 for brand of the week. Brand of the week?
Dairy Queen, DQ.
Well, how about say brand of the week first and look up because the sign's above you.
Brand of the week, Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen is the brand of the week. 5 stories that you can find on dairyqueen.1851franchise.com. Story about DQ's system continuing to experience strong growth in 2016 with strong October openings, many of them with multi-unit franchisees who are the driving force behind the brand's expansion. Technomic named DQ, the brand to beat in the limited service restaurant category. Lots of stories about DQ expanding in New York State. They're targeting many cities there, so if you're in New York, it's a good franchise opportunity to look at. DQ's largest franchisee is spreading his passion for the brand. There's some great people stories, and obviously we've said this before, but people sell brands, so that's another good story. And then WATE, there's the 8. Hey, W8. ABC out of Knoxville reporting on another opening for DQ. Sean, just some thoughts on Dairy Queen as a franchise opportunity?
It's an iconic brand, great product, and I think with the new grill and chill concept, it kind of they've done a great job of redesigning it, expanding the menu line beyond just the treats, and I think it's a great addition to anybody's portfolio that's in that kind of restaurant space.
Megan, how about some feedback from you from all the interviews that you've been doing with DQ?
What I found is that it's a concept that thrives anywhere because it's such a nostalgic brand that everybody, no matter how old you are, has a story or memory from the time that they spent at DQ, and for that reason, there's a lot of emotional ties to it. So.
And just because the grill and chill serves burgers, Scott, any feedback?
I like burgers and the treats equally.
Perfect. Moving on. Number 6, our people story, which if you look at our covers, which you can look at the hamburger menu. We just said hamburger again. That seems to be the theme of this week. You ate a hamburger this week, Sean?
I don't think I have yet.
Well, there's still plenty of time in the week. If you look at our hamburger menu, you can look at our covers. On this week, or this for this cover issue, we have Little Nest portraits on the cover. Megan, some feedback on Little Nest. You've talked with them before.
Yeah, so this is part of our Emerging Franchisors series. We spoke with Laura, who is the founder of this, and it's essentially just a boutique studio that she founded out of her passion for photography. And over time, it started to grow. She launched another store and found that this was a concept that could really work well as a franchise. And so she sought out the help of SMB, and they kind of helped to write the franchise development process for her. And since then, she's successfully launched a franchise opportunity. And it's really great because it's such a different franchise concept from what you normally see. It's very boutique-y, and I think that really says a lot about the variety that you can see in the industry.
It's probably one of the challenges of a emerging brand is to keep that feel, that look and feel and experience from a culture standpoint as they continue to grow. Great story. There, our cover story this week. Go ahead and read that. In our profits section, we have a story about promoting the local economy in sports arenas. This article is specifically on Sobelman's and their partnership with the Milwaukee Bucks. But as a sports fan, Scott, just some expert thoughts on brands expanding into sports arenas or non-traditional locations. Do you see that as a good move, a risky move? Is it too challenging? What advice do you have for brands?
I think if they can do it in a cost-efficient way, it's a great way to connect with the community, especially when you're from that local community. A lot of people don't know that franchises are owned by local entrepreneurs, and it gives them an opportunity to say, hey, we're in the community, come do business with a local business partner, even though it may feel like more of a national brand.
Good. Our Places story this week, Togo's execs share ways to delight unhappy customers. They talked about that in Fast Casual. Togo's is a new brand on 1851. Sean, some feedback on Togo's?
Togo's West Coast sandwich brand. I think it's kind of well known. Anybody from the West Coast, California, grew up with it, and they're excited to expand towards the eastern side of the United States. And I think it's going to be an interesting brand to keep an eye on.
Good. Column section, my column. I like talking about my column.
I like your column. What was that? I like your column a lot.
Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate that. My column this week is about, I got to remember, it was actually last week's column, but why private businesses are so focused on the bottom line. Sean, you got some thoughts on that? I've already wrote about it in the column, but how do businesses build a good culture when they're so sales focused?
Boy, that's a tough question.
This is exactly what you would expect from...
I wasn't prepared. I was reading for the next one.
What did I say? I said, all you people that are watching this, when we go scripted, it's going to mess Sean up. And look what just happened. Here's the reality. Businesses sometimes get caught up in this... No, we're not editing that. So you're stuck. We're live rolling this whole thing. Anyway, businesses get stuck on the top line dollar. The column talks about this business that I was talking to about a lofty goal for the next 2 years. And I said to him, the best way to hit lofty goals as an organization is to rally your people around that goal. So if you as a franchise brand want to double in size in the next 2 years, don't just put that on the backs of your franchise development team. Put that on the backs of the entire organization. Let marketing and operations and franchise sales all work together to achieve that goal. And then as they're achieving it, let the entire organization understand what that means for them. Don't just come out if you're owner driven or private equity driven. Don't just come out and say what it means for those at the top. Share what that would mean for changing the lives of everyone within that organization. Do you have something on that?
That's a great point.
Good. You want to laugh one more time?
No.
Okay, good. Let's continue on. In the media, Columbia Daily Tribune talked about JamPro to open its first Columbia location in Missouri. Master franchisee Janet Mann is expanding her business. Megan, you've wrote a lot about JamPro. You've done a great job at making a commercial cleaning franchise brand sexy. So there goes mine. Some thoughts on JamPro as an expanding franchise brand?
I think what is really fueling its growth is its master franchisee model, obviously. I think that both the people that are coming in are finding that this is a way to come in and really impact the community and not only help franchisees, but then help the franchisees help other local business owners and communities. So it's creating this system of people giving back to the community in a really strong way. So that in itself is fueling the growth, I think.
Great. And if you look up at our power rankings, The top 10 this week are Smoothie King, Famous Toast Tree, Buffalo Wings and Rings, Checkers, Pita Pit, Sport Clips, Signal 88, Mooyah, Toppers, and Miracle Method. Of those brands, Scott, I'm going to turn to you on this one. If those brands were a fantasy football team, what team would you pick?
I think I'd pick Sports Clips.
Okay, and Megan?
Probably Toppers, because I like pizza.
Ooh, Sean?
I like Miracle Method. I think it's a cool concept, cool brand.
And I'm not going to play favorites because I'm not going to do that here on the 8. I'm going to let all you guys play the favorites. So, in closing, Sean, happy birthday. Welcome back to the 8.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All those of you in the franchise industry who have seen or experienced Sean at dinner, we've actually celebrated his birthday 364 times in the last year. This week, it actually makes sense. Megan, anything in closing?
Nope, not this time.
No more noises from Megan. Scott?
I just want to let everyone know that Shake Shack has recently added chicken to their burger menu.
Look at that. And Megan, you want to do your hand motion? Nope, that's not full circle. All right, whatever. That's the 8.